What's up everybody, welcome back to another video here on this channel. The forecast is clear tonight and I thought I'd make a video bring you guys along with me on another night of astrophotography and kind of just show you guys the steps and equipment that I have in order to take the images that I take. The thing that's good about this time of year and beginning of November is that it gets dark very quick. It's dark for at least 12 hours, so that means more exposure time and more detail on my objects, so that's great. So right now I'm just setting up my telescope and getting everything figured out and sorted out before it gets pretty dark. With my certain setup, there is a lot of cords, or I guess with all astrophotography setups, there is a lot of cords that you have to manage and deal with, but I got it all down to a fine science, I would say. Right here I am just balancing the telescope on my mount to make sure the balance is figured out. Okay, now that I am all ready for the night, I'm going to cover it with a cover. I use a barbecue cover because it does a good job of covering everything. And yeah, that just keeps it out of the elements until it gets dark and keeps it out of the wind. So for those of you that do not know what equipment I use, for my telescope I am using the William Optics RedCat 51 wide field refractor telescope. It's a quadruplet, which means it has a perfectly flat field all across the image for the best quality possible. And to power it all, I use a ASI Air. This is my programming, which you will see later in the video, and how I actually schedule my shots. And then for my mount, I use my Skywatcher Star Adventure GTI Sky Tracker mount. This tracks the real motion of the night sky so I can take long exposures and get the maximum potential possible out of this telescope. So yeah, there's the lens. Again, it is only 51 millimeters wide, so it's very small. Okay, so before a night of astrophotography, I like to go into Stellarium and plan out my nights by searching for deep sky objects that are in view. So right here, I'm going to search up the double cluster because that is what I want to go after tonight. And here it is. So as you can see, here are the two double clusters in reference to the night sky. And actually very close to the double cluster are the Heart and Soul Nebula, where I recently captured those. They're on my channel, you should go check them out. So yeah, Stellarium is a great tool for astrophotography to kind of plan out your nights and to kind of see what objects are in view in reference to your location. So this is what it looks like straight out of my ASI Air app. This is the programming that I use to capture my objects. It has its own little sky software, so I can look up anything that I want that is visible and pretty much automatically go to it. For tonight, I am imaging the double cluster in the constellation Perseus. And yeah, this is what the double cluster looks like after 1 3-minute exposure. I plan to capture at least 2 hours on this object tonight, but we'll see how it goes. And since the full moon is out tonight, I am going to shoot as far away from it as possible to not get as much light pollution in my final exposure as possible. And this is the final processed image of 2 hours of exposure time. So these two clusters are roughly 7,500 light years away, and combined they contain roughly 10,000 stars.